high-speed business at a record pace.
Get 70 miles to the gallon on this fucker. This is shit that made the castle.
Momo. Here we go. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Fast Ones podcast. Right out the gate, we're hitting you with the intro, with the welcome. We normally have some banter and some 80s songs, but right now we're just chilling.
Right now it's choosing to show me instead
I don't know why
of Max.
Mike was just showing me a great Toto song. I don't know why we didn't do that on the air.
Yeah.
We've been doing that for the last 5 weeks.
It was just, I use my phone as the kind of default. Let's play it, make sure. Kyle, thank you for being here in the chat.
Okay, roll call. We got Kyle. That's great.
Yes.
No, how anyone else?
We've got
in?
3 people in the
Nice.
3 people in attendance.
That's good. Well, everyone, thanks for coming to class today.
Thank you for being here.
You'll get your grades.
You get your gold star.
Your gold star.
Kevin's
and you
getting
can
a
pass the
demerit
course.
for sure. I don't even have to check.
Kevin is failing the class.
Failing the class.
He has been absent all semester.
His GPA is pretty low.
How's my mic? Oh, yeah, his GPA is way low. I think he is traveling in Japan right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We weren't listening to Africa, Kyle. And yes, you were in detention last week for missing.
Let's see if Kyle knows the song. What was the name of that song?
The song I was about to play?
Yeah.
No one's going to for sure know this one. It's called Hydra.
Hydra. Off which album?
It's off of like Toto 3.
Did they label their albums just number 1, 2?
No, they had other names. I think the name of the album is Hydra. And they start with that song.
Okay. That was a pretty good song.
The one I just played
I'm going to
was...
listen to it on the way home for sure.
Yeah.
As soon as you started playing, I'm like, okay, I need to
Carlos
listen to this.
is here. But yeah,
Carlos. Has Carlos heard of Hydra?
Probably not.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like he's the one guy.
Yeah. But... but yeah, like... Carlos likes Chicago. We know this.
And what are Chicago and Toto like rivals?
I mean, it's like our relationship with the Padres and the Dodgers, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Meh.
They're not best of friends.
No.
They both.
I mean, Chicago had such a success record of ballads.
Who had more members in their band, Chicago or Wu-Tang Clan?
Wu-Tang.
Really?
Yeah, Wu-Tang.
Why do I feel
one
like
stage
Chicago
is
had
like
30 people?
I feel like Wu-Tang has 5,000.
Yeah. Some hip hop shows you'll see like
Trash Panda's here.
Nice.
Thank you for representing and being present.
Yeah. Some hip hop shows you'll look at the stage and it'll just be packed with people, and like the main rapper will just be like in the middle of the crowd rapping and everyone's on the stage.
Right.
At a Wu-Tang show, it's the same thing, but everyone has a mic.
Yeah. You're like, how did this happen? How are this many mics available?
Yeah, there weren't that many people in 36 chambers.
I went to a Wu-Tang concert and I had a mic.
Yeah. As you go in the door, they're just handing mics out. They're like, do you know your verse? You're now Master Ghostface now.
Yeah, you're
and
like,
you get your Wu-Tang Clan name as you go in.
When I'm gonna get this low.
But it's great. It's very interactive.
Yes, it's
So
very.
everyone gets to be an honorary member of the Wu-Tang Clan, which is great.
Yes.
Let's see Chicago do that.
Yeah.
Do they hand out trumpets when you go to a Chicago show?
No, but I mean, Carlos has actually sang with Chicago, so this sounds like.
And so have you.
I mean, yeah, I was
Okay,
I was
well-
like 10, which is a little different.
Your dad sang with Chicago?
Yeah, he did Beginnings, a song called Beginnings. He probably did another one. Carlos can correct me on this, but he did it live on Los Angeles television. Los Angeles.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Yeah, you know Carlos. He's came in one day.
Yeah, he's been
As
on the
a
show. We had a
guest.
broken camera, but it was a good show.
It was a good show. Go back and listen to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you don't know, check out that song by Toto.
Yeah, this one that we were listening to is actually called I Will Remember, which is off of a much later album than the ones that Africa and Rosanna and Georgie Porgy apparently
is huge.
are bigger tracks.
I was doing like a dive into car movies
Oh, yes.
But I think the homework for me and for all the fans should just be explore the Toto discography.
Yes.
For the next couple weeks.
Yeah. I think you guys need to explore it. Get familiar with the band that played on the backtrack of everything you love
Yes.
from the 70s, 80s.
There you go.
Because that's what they were known
And
for.
you'll just love them.
Carlos also saying, does anybody know what time it is? Thank you for correcting me. That's the other one.
I knew he'd get in there real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah, of course. He wanted to make sure that, I had my glory day in the hot sun with Chicago. I was practically Cetera.
They asked me to replace Cetera, and I was like, no. I don't need all that noise.
Let Jason Sheff have his moment. Let him
Trust
have
me,
it.
they asked me.
Yeah.
I can hit those high notes, but I was like, no, I'm good. I don't need that attention.
Yes, exactly. That's pretty. He's like, I'm already reading the news. I don't need to deliver any more information to the people lyrically. So he also said that he drank Wu-Tang for breakfast this morning.
Yeah.
So,
Ooh.
yeah.
Of all the collabs that
Yeah.
Wu-Tang has done, and like the stuff they've put their brand on,
No
the
beverage?
merch, no Wu-Tang,
No beverage. No orange with
it would be yellow.
Yeah.
It'd be like a yellow
Yeah.
fruit drink.
a yellow tang.
Yellow Tang, Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang. That would be so
Dang.
good. A powder beverage.
Dang. Yellow Wu-Tang.
And then it just says, you must enter the Wu-Tang.
yeah.
I mean,
I
we
would
figured
mix
it
that
out.
up every day. Mix it up with the Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
Dang, there's a lot of synergy in this.
Too much.
Okay. You want to know what's crazy right now?
Yes.
That I've been kind of like freaking out about, like in a very, very minuscule way,
Okay.
because it's not crazy big news. But Roman Grosjean right now is in Utah.
Oh, I saw this.
He's like road tripping through all the
it's
southern
like,
Utah national parks.
come stop by. We'll go get you some Gandalfas.
I've been texting him, like, no texting. I've been
like
messaging
DMing
him,
yeah.
commenting. I'm like, hey, I know a good burger spot.
Hires Big H.
There's a place called McDonald's. There's a really good one down the road for me.
It's exclusive to Utah. I'm pretty sure it's called In-N-Out Burger.
We were pretty cool.
We're pretty cool.
You get all these secret menu items.
I don't know why there's
all
palm
the
trees.
secret menu items.
I don't know why there's palm trees on there. We're not really known for that.
But his RV broke down at one point because he's like rented an RV. He's going through all the national parks.
Yeah.
And it broke down one day. And I was
Are you in Orem?
Well, I was looking at the screenshots and I was like zooming in on road signs and
Yeah.
businesses, and I was like, it's too generic. It's like T-Mobile store, and I'm like, that could be any
You're
city.
like, that's anywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
that's
wanted
so
to be
funny.
like, if he is within driving distance, and if this story is like accurate, he could be posting the next day.
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah.
but it would have been fun to drive. Like, oh, you are stranded right now.
Yeah.
We will drive down and bug you.
And go hang out.
Because no one is recognizing Roman Grosjean
No.
in anywhere in Utah.
We're
right
the
now.
Haas boys.
We're the Haas boys.
Of course, we recognize him.
He could walk through the F1 paddock and no one would
He
recognize
needs
him.
to
No
meet
one
my
cared.
daughter.
Yeah.
He needs to meet
Yeah,
the child that he made me late for the delivery
That's
of.
true.
It's
See, you put her in the car and you drive down to Fillmore or Beaver or Escalante, wherever that he is,
Yeah.
and you have him meet your daughter.
Yeah.
And be like, you almost ruined this.
you look at this perfect child.
How dare you?
We watched your rebirth and then her birth.
And we almost named her Grosjean.
We named her an R name.
Yeah. You could have.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Roman.
He's still in Utah.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was posting from Canyonlands or Bryce Canyon.
That's what I saw. I saw a couple of posts there and I
Mm-hmm.
just like chuckled to myself, like, what a weird, you know, we don't get enough credit for this.
Yeah.
Like, this is such a vacation spot. So many people do come through
Everywhere
Utah.
around the world, people
Yeah.
come to see the arches.
And they act like they don't.
Canyonlands. Yeah.
They don't talk about it because Utah has such a stigma.
Yeah.
They're like, well, I didn't stop in Utah.
No.
But have you seen Delicate Arch?
We went
Yeah.
we went
Well,
to
how
the
did you do
gate.
that?
It was just real quick. We barely put our foot down.
I was like, not really in Utah.
I was drugged for most of it.
I wasn't in the Utah state of mind.
We took an ayahuasca trip and went to Delicate Arch. I barely woke up for that photo. And I honestly don't remember anything else until we got back to Vegas.
I don't remember
And
any of
Vegas was great.
Vegas was so much fun.
I remember Vegas.
It's so much to remember.
Weird. There's only pictures of you at Delicate Arch.
Yeah, so you were hammered in Utah. Let me get the story straight. That's where you can't remember.
Yeah, that's where the drugs are the best.
So, anyways,
So it would be fun to bump into Roman.
it'd be awesome.
He's probably just gonna hit like the the national parks, the Red Rocks,
Zions,
and then just maybe peace out through whatever, Las Vegas or LA or whatever.
Yeah.
It would be cool if he came up to like Park City. Park City's another big destination.
Totally. It's funny because Southern Utah is obviously like very well known for the Red Rocks.
Yeah.
But when you come up north, I always say it's the American Alps.
You say that every day.
Yeah, I do every day. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, there they are.
Another great day in the American Alps.
Practically Matterhorn. Right there.
It's kind of true though.
No, I mean, but one of the things that I've always found funny, and for those of you guys who've ever been to like Mount Whitney or Mammoth Mountain or any of like the Sierras in California are known as the tallest mountain range, or at least the tallest peak in continental U.S.
Yeah.
Mount Whitney's the tallest peak.
Yeah.
But when you're driving along the Sierras, it's like there's a couple of mountain-like things.
Yeah.
But in Utah, it's the drama.
Yes.
Because there's just valley floor and then massive mountains.
Sheer mountains. That
So if anyone hasn't been here, that is part of what makes this place so beautiful.
Yeah. I hiked one this weekend.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Mount Timpanogos?
Yeah. 7
Nice.
miles up. It was great. Pretty great.
Yeah.
My legs are still sore.
I bet.
Yeah. They're coming down. So that's fine.
It's like hiked up a giant mountain. Okay.
Yeah.
Henry Wallace is here. Henry, thank you for being here at this forbidden hour. He says, I had a dream about Mike the other night that I was desperate to find some Cadburys in a bowling alley. This doesn't sound like a dream.
Mike's constantly looking
This
for Cadburys in a
happens to
bowling
me.
alley.
Are we talking 10-pin bowling? In the UK, you guys
Lawn
had
bowls.
lawn bowling, right?
Yeah. He said alley, right?
Yeah, so I mean, it's got to be
inside.
10-pin.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You can find me in a 10-pin any day.
Henry, the Haas chap, Wallace, he posted a question and answer to his story today. And I asked him, full throttle or full metal?
Oh.
Henry, have you answered?
Henry, do you have
Answer
an
on
answer?
the podcast.
He said 10-pin duh.
10-pin
And now
duh.
now there's a little lag because he lives in a...
The
lives-
Wi-Fi's traveling to England right now.
He's literally still
And it's
trying to position Stonehenge to
it's
get a signal
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah.
So we gotta just start my watch
While
here.
we're waiting for that to come in.
He said the full throttle obs.
OBS, full throttle. All the way.
Obvies.
All the way.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
now that we've checked in. With
Now
the
that we've
fans-
checked in.
With the listeners. Talked about hiking,
Yes.
Roman, and Toto.
I have one other story that I was going to share, but go ahead. You start.
No. I had nothing.
Okay.
I had nothing.
You have nothing.
I hiked Timp.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping Roman stops through Orem
And now you could go do it
and
again.
goes to Ernie's
with Roman.
Deli,
Ernie's Deli.
which is the new Gandolfos.
Yeah, it's
if you're in Utah.
Yeah, totally. All right. No, so this week you sent me a meme, but the way that you sent it to me, and this is something that's like a funny Instagram
Yeah.
social media thing.
Yeah.
If you hit the send button on Instagram on a slide of different photos,
Yeah.
if you don't start with the first one, then like you land on the photo that you sent the person on, right? Like,
yeah, I hope so.
right. So instead of sending it like, here's the post and it starts at the front, it starts at whatever one you send,
Yeah.
right? So this past week you sent me, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, but you sent me a parody movie trailer
Okay.
for Bruce Springsteen, that movie that's coming out with the guy that's in The Beast.
Yeah.
And it was like, the Bruce Springsteen movie is about Santa Claus is coming to town and like his bad cover of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you didn't start. You sent me the first clip
Yeah.
of the trailer
Yeah.
that was the parody trailer and not the first slide that says this is a parody trailer.
Okay. Yeah. So you're
And
just
I was
jumping
like,
in.
I just like watched it like while I was filling up with gas and I didn't like read the caption.
Yeah.
I wasn't like paying attention to mouths. Mm-hmm. And I thought 100% that this was
that's
a real
real.
movie. And I came home and I told my wife, I was like, I don't even like, I wasn't sure if Max was serious, but this movie looks terrible.
did Bruce Springsteen write that song? Is this
like,
weird?
it's like his father told him that Santa Claus was killed flying over New Jersey, crashed into an airline. This movie's about bringing Santa Claus back.
Dang.
Back to Detroit.
Yeah, that's a real movie. That's a real movie I would pay to see.
I was convinced off of like the half attention.
Yeah.
And the way you sent it to me.
Yeah.
And that I came back like home and telling Laurel, like, I don't even like, are movies really this bad?
They might be.
And she's like, you got to show me this trailer. So I go and find the post.
Yeah.
And I go to it and I'm like, oh, it's a parody. I was so relieved.
This close to making your wife believe that was a real trailer
it was
as well.
I was in pain for
amazing.
hours thinking that it was real. I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know if Max like thought it was cool. I didn't even know how to respond.
You just didn't respond.
I just said
Thumbs
like,
up.
I was like, they
Thumbs
made a
up is like the
movie about
generic
the
one if you're
worst
like, I
cover.
don't know what to say. Just like,
Yeah, like,
I saw this.
yeah, acknowledgement.
And then you're like, okay, we need to confront Max.
It's such a
Like,
signature, like, your boss
something
move.
off? Yeah, is something off with Max? Laurel, like, how do I solve this?
He's been like ever since the F1 movie came out, like his
weird.
His standard for a movie is kind of seemed to slip.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. Like maybe it's possible.
all he's watching is the F1 movie.
He's like
Maybe he thinks every other movie is just amazing.
echo chamber now.
He really is into Christmas movies and Bruce Springsteen.
I'm sorry. It's just that concept is so funny in hindsight. It kills
Yeah.
me that someone made it. We will post it in our story
Oh, now we have to.
for
yeah.
our listeners, so that way you guys can see what the crap I'm talking about. But it is
Yeah.
very funny. It was a very funny idea
Yeah.
to make that fake trailer.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoever thought of that, kudos.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad.
So-
that caused some concern in your life for a while.
Sincere heartache. It's like, gosh, I'm like losing my friends. They're dropping like flies.
It's almost as if I was like sending you Rings of Power trailers. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
like,
dude, they got season 3
Can't
announced.
wait to drop. That's Kevin. We expect that from Kevin.
It's actually kind of good, guys.
Guys, it's like pretty good.
He's gonna kill us if he finds this. But he'll never watch it.
Never will. He's in Japan.
He's in Japan. They don't get internet there. They don't get
He's
this.
not gonna watch this.
Yeah, Kevin is that guy.
But yeah. But anyway, so that's my story of this week. I thought you would enjoy that.
Yeah, that's good. That is funny. Cool. Well, today's episode. It's obviously summer break right now.
It is.
Not a lot going on in the F1 world. No. Obviously, Romain Grosjean's on vacation. He's normally diligent with every race doing something.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Lamborghini testing.
Lamborghini testing, racing with Lindsay Brewer. Hey, she won a race.
She did? In what series?
I don't know. Mario Kart World?
Golf and stuff?
Yeah, I don't know.
Boondocks?
I don't know where she's racing now. Boondocks kart trainer.
The go. She actually works on staff.
Yeah.
So she knows how to turn up the governor.
Yeah.
To get a little
So
extra.
she
horsepower.
won a race. And it's great for her.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So that's all I know about the F1 world right now.
Yeah.
But today, I think you had something you wanted to talk about.
Well, I just thought
And I'm
that,
coming in very fresh because, I just wanted to rate drivers on how cute they are.
Max, we can't do that every
Every
week.
week.
It's every week.
It's what we
right
do
now.
before we start every podcast, and Mike indulges me.
we
and he's
can't-
like,
we can't read
We
it."
all know Hulkenberg's number one.
We can't spend every episode reviewing Anita Driver's writings. It cannot be every episode.
When will number 4 come out? Give us number 4 in the series.
Anita, give the people what they want.
Should we leave him? Okay. Oh, there's about the author. We didn't even read about the author. Oh. You guys, the last sentence of Overtake My Heart is, and for Daniel and Emily, this was just the beginning of their victory lap.
Ah.
I'm ordering second and third books to keep everyone waiting. But we'll put that aside. Mike,
Kevin's here.
the one episode. Kevin.
Oh my gosh.
When did you join?
When
did you join? Did you just get in?
Don't rewind. Oh gosh. Anyways.
Guaranteed. He got us like a really cool model car from like
Yeah.
a cool toy shop in
Like,
Japan.
here's like a
He
super
got you,
authentic like Honda shirt.
He got
or
you like an
something.
E30. He's like, Mike had an E30. Max has a 944. I got
So
you a car.
thoughtful. The
And then he
coolest thing I've
watches
ever
us
had.
make fun of him, and he's just like chuck it out the window.
Oh, that's so funny.
Thanks for joining, Kev.
He's like, wait, what did I miss? I don't know how live streams work, but just don't touch that dial.
You can't go back.
Don't touch that dial.
Yeah. That's fun. I'm glad he's tuning in.
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome. I hope Japan's awesome. Seems like it's awesome.
It does.
Okay, Mike, you had something you want to talk about today.
So,
Is it time to dive in?
well, I mean, there are like rumors and whatever. It's the F1 summer break.
Everyone's summer break.
And for
Sometimes
the most part,
it's silly season.
for the most part, it seems like it's calm because there's just so much like of we'll say the big chess pieces, the big chips that had to fall before things took place, right? Like Christian Horner leaving. Max is now saying he's staying at Red Bull with his quote unquotes there. We'll see. But
And drivers and teams are forced to go on break.
they are.
They're forced to.
And that also means that the press kind of is like, well, what can we stir up? We can't really even get a hold of anybody. They're all really just as phones shut off as they get during the season. So in that time means that we're kind of forced to be like in that zone of what we get into like in January. You and I went to the Rolex 24.
That's true, yeah.
You get into that zone of like, you start watching other motorsport.
Yeah.
So the question that I have, and this is for our fans and for Max, but here we are, summer break.
Summer break. I'm looking for car things.
You're looking for motorsport in all the wrong places.
I need to get the fix.
So here's my question.
Yeah.
Why not IndyCar?
Why not IndyCar?
So what stops you as a fan? Now, I know that there's been like Netflix Drive to Survive and a bunch of other things, but what is the barrier of entry or the thing that stops our fans, yourself, from watching an IndyCar race?
Okay, that's a good question. Off the top of my head, I have some gut reactions.
I want to hear them.
Number one, I don't know the drivers at all or the teams. And so a barrier of entry that was conquered for Formula One is Drive to Survive. I don't even know if IndyCar has that.
Like teams?
A Netflix series to teach me about IndyCar. They don't.
They don't. They've got like little like mini specials that are like the lead up to the Indy 500 for stuff like that, but they don't really have the
Drive to
drama
Survive
docu-series type of thing yet.
And I don't even know if like Drive to Survive just laid everything out for me in an amazing way that I've never had for another sport, where it was like, okay, this is how this sport works. These are the teams. These are the drivers. This is the dynamic between all of it.
Right.
And I'm like, great. I've just been introduced to this whole sport and now I can dive in.
Right.
Don't have that with IndyCar.
Right.
That's number one. Two, for some reason, I feel like the cars are slower.
They are to some extent.
Okay.
So like IndyCar around COTA, I think they said is something like 11 seconds slower a lap, which is
Huge.
the entire Return of the King novel. In
the
time.
Formula One world.
That's what we
11
measure.
seconds slower a lap? That's crazy.
Insane.
It took me a while to register that. I was like thinking, oh, over the whole race.
No, it's
a
like
lap.
a lap.
That's pretty
like,
slow. So
it is
already,
it's a very fast car. But keeping in mind that yes, they're power steering. They don't have the same like.
they don't have power steering.
They don't.
So the car should be lighter.
Yes, but they're also way harder to drive.
Oh, okay.
But also they don't have the same amount of like obviously Formula One's entire focus is grip and downforce, where IndyCar is just a spec car. So you get the same wings.
Okay, I forget
the
that.
same tire compound.
I forget that. So
it's like that's just the maximum limit of that car.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're slower. And if I was to think of something else that keeps me from watching IndyCar, I don't like the windshield.
Yeah, the aero screen.
The aero screen.
Yeah.
It kind of is weird to me.
It definitely like is a thing.
Just
Weird.
make it an IMSA car or like a hyper car or whatever.
Right.
I like the look of those.
Right.
The crossover is weird to me.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, I'm constantly looking at IndyCar races to go to attend them.
Yeah.
To be like, which ones are close to me, which ones are affordable, and like, would it be fun to just go check out IndyCar in person, and maybe that would get me into it.
Yeah.
But so far, I still haven't dove into a race yet, and maybe it's a few of those things.
Yeah, just like aesthetic too, right?
Aesthetic, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big one. When I tell people about how I got into the Formula One, I'm like, dude, I watched this Drive to Survive series, and these races take place in all the coolest capitals around
Exotic
the world.
places, right,
Exotic,
yeah.
amazing places. They're racing through these streets next to the beach, or they're racing around these circuits in the Alps.
Right.
And then there's models and DJs and celebrities and fashion.
Right.
And it's all just huge and big and luxury and awesome culture stuff. So it's like,
Right.
yeah, it's just a big, grand event. What's up?
Blake, that is the golden line. I've got a few things to read in the comments we'll get around to, but Blake just said, boo, aero screen. It's like if George Russell was a car park. Yeah, Blake gets it.
He gets it.
We're going to get around to some of these comments.
That's very accurate.
It's a very accurate.
He's like, I will keep you safe.
I will keep you.
No one wants you, but you keep you safe.
But I'm here.
I'm here.
This is my job. Why are you bothered with me keeping you safe?
Being safe is fun. Following the rules is fun.
Following the rules is perfect.
Yeah.
It's what people should do.
I had one gripe with the Formula One movie. Remember when Brad Pitt says, who said anything about it being safe?
Yeah.
I petitioned a rewrite for days.
Red flag, red flag, red flag is what I've started my email with.
Red flag.
Red flag.
Red flag. I tried to call Lewis. No one would sign the petition.
You're the executive producer.
We can't let people think. Can you think of the fans, the children watching this movie?
Children.
They'll think it's unsafe.
They will
and that
think-
being unsafe is cool.
They'll turn it off.
They'll think that danger is cool.
They will go back and say that Little Bear is no longer entertaining. They want danger. This Paw Patrol is the children these days.
Yeah, the windscreen of F1
Is just
That's what he is.
is the
Arrow
perfect
Shield.
definition. So
Mr. Arrow Shield.
yes,
Great, thank you.
I do think that. But to your point, the appeal of the glitz and the glam from
Glitz and glam of Formula One is massive.
F1 is
massive.
It's unmatched in motorsport.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I would say that the 24 Hour of Le Mans, when they do like the parade of the cars through these beautiful old French towns,
Very fun.
amazing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and why does IMSA feel better? IMSA is just US, right?
IMSA is WEC, World Endurance Championship, which is
But
the
I
Euro
just feel
version.
like, 24 hours of Daytona, 24 hours of Le Mans. It's the same thing to me.
Right.
Yeah.
They definitely, and the fact that Porsche and Cadillac and Lamborghini, they all compete under this BMW,
Yeah.
I think gives it a little bit more of that same deal.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that, and now I'm going to read a couple of these. I'm going to talk about some things that I think are kind of the shortcomings of IndyCar.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and we'll read a couple of these.
Yeah. This is great. What do we got?
Kyle Marlin said that Indy is a blast to watch, having been to 4 races. So 4 races, quite a few. In person is absolutely phenomenal in person.
Yeah.
Blake says Indy has become more fun the more I've gotten into sim racing. It helps me understand and appreciate it a bit more than I had in the past.
Okay.
And Kyle says the shields have saved lives several times. He's not wrong.
I can't argue with that.
IndyCar. Well, and like IndyCar has had, I would say IndyCar has more of an
More
issue.
crashes?
No, well, I think they're.
You want to sell me on a sport.
Yeah, it definitely has more crashes. There's no doubt.
Sold.
But like they definitely have more of a carbon fiber flying around problem than I would say F1 does.
Are the cars are like super light?
Yeah, well, it's just I don't know if it's like, because they're going around ovals or whatever, but there have been a lot of instances where things have hit the aero screen and the driver's like, yeah, if that wasn't there, I'd be dead. But an interesting dynamic as well, just something to keep in mind. We praise this guy on the show all the time, but Adrian Newey is the architect of the aero screen. That was a Red Bull product.
Really?
So when they had like
That's interesting.
the Jules Bianchi crash,
Yeah.
it was a race to discover what is going to be the future of F1 safety for the driver. And Ferrari's the one that developed the Halo, and Red Bull came out with the aero screen. And IndyCar purchased the aero screen from Red Bull, and F1 ultimately decided to use the Halo, which is what,
Which is what we have now.
and it looks
It
like
just
a pair
seems-
of sandals.
Looks like a big old like thong.
Yeah, it looks like us,
flip-flop.
as the
Australian
Australians would call them thongs.
We
Yes.
call them flip-flops.
Yes.
Or American thongs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cisco be like,
Yeah.
I know what it is.
It's weird. You look at like the old F1 cars from before the Halo, and they look so scary.
They look crazy.
Yeah.
You're like, what
I'm
were
so
they
used
thinking?
to the Halo now. I'm like, oh yeah, it'll be safe. It'll protect him. You look at that now. I'm like, that head is ready to come off.
Yeah, you're like, how did they all not get beheaded all the time?
How is this not the first thing developed in
Yeah.
Formula One? Okay.
Totally.
So Adrian Newey made the aero screen.
Yeah.
Interesting. Crazy.
So, and just to talk about IndyCar for me, for those of you who've probably seen this in the past, Carlos was raced in the Celebrity Grand Prix in Long Beach. So this helmet that's behind me, and the Long Beach Grand Prix is a IndyCar race weekend. And so the Celebrity Grand Prix took place in the same weekend, just on, I think, the Friday before.
Yeah, as
Maybe
part
the
of
Saturday.
lead up to the race.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like the festivities.
cupola and all the
the
stuff
roads
going
are
on.
closed,
Yeah.
so they might as well do
Might as well do fun stuff.
right.
Yeah.
And so I got to see IndyCar take place on the streets of Long Beach when I was 10,
Fun.
and yeah,
Yeah.
insane.
Okay.
You know, you get to see it, and kind of like your experience with F1 when you see that speed in person, and you talked about it with like Vegas,
It's crazy.
where you're like, I've been to Coda and it's fun,
Yeah.
but they're far.
Like 300 yards away, you're
Right.
like, this is still cool.
Right.
10 yards away.
But in Vegas, it's like mind blowing how fast they're going.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
IndyCar's that way because you are so close. And in this,
Okay.
you know, when you're at Indianapolis, even more dramatic than at Long Beach because of the 230 plus mile an hour that they achieve it.
Okay, so they're as fast as F1.
Yeah. It's, and at times faster.
Faster.
So, but Long Beach is, you know, if it was in an F1 car, they would have better grip in the bumpy streets and have the ability to kind of turn a faster lap because that's just F1 performance. But you see them fighting the wheel, and it's just a lot more of that driver dependent. Like they got to deliver. Now, because it's a spec car series, the teams that have money are always going to be able to develop their small little techniques to make the car better. Even though it's a spec car series, they're going to have enough to
They can
just
tweak a little bit.
just enhance.
Kind of like NASCAR.
Yeah, just enhance little areas just to give
Okay.
them the edge.
Yeah. That
And-
can't cost a lot of money to
Well,
enhance a little bit.
it's just, you know, we're talking a handful of engineers that no
Yeah.
one else can afford
It's true.
because why would they have engineers?
Yeah.
They just need a race team.
Yeah.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
So that means that there is a little bit of a discrepancy. But I think that, like, now here's where I'm going to talk about where the areas of improvement. And the reason that I even think of this is because Carlos was texting me this week and he was watching the Portland race. And if anyone has seen the Portland racetrack, it looks like they showed up at a KOA campground with a couple of Indy cars and just set them loose.
Really?
It is the most ghetto freaking racetrack. It is just like the grass is like green over here and dead over here. And it's just like,
Wild.
I don't know how to describe it other than it just looks like a campground that some asphalt's on.
Okay. And they just happen to show up and like, this looks good.
And the best part of it is it's like Formula E also races there. So this is not just IndyCar that has this racetrack.
Weird. Okay.
And even when I see FE there, I'm like, this looks so inappropriate. Like
Yeah.
super futuristic car, the most granola racetrack.
Well, I mean,
It's very
Portland,
brand specific.
Portland is like,
To the
yeah, it fits
state.
to Portland. But it's weird that the motorsport is going to Portland
in general.
in general. They're
Right.
not a motorsport city.
Not a capital for this.
No, it's the least, it's like furthest away from anything they would be interested in.
Right.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Upstate New York, where NASCAR raced this weekend, Watkins Glen, a former F1 circuit, is definitely like, still seems a little bit more appropriate for motorsport
Yeah.
than like Portland.
Portland. Yeah.
So like the racetrack is just, again, kind of not up to snuff for like what we're used to seeing with obviously like Monaco or whatever. But even Coda, which is in Austin, Texas, not a place that's really like known for being, we'll say, F1 caliber of a city,
Yeah.
or at least even the outskirts.
I'll agree with that. When I first got into F1 and learned that there was a race in Texas and it was in Austin, it just seemed weird to me
You're like, why?
because it doesn't fit what I saw on Drive to Survive with like Monaco and like London,
Azerbaijan.
like Azerbaijan,
Azerbaijan, right.
Singapore, all these crazy cool places like Austin.
Yeah.
And it's been there forever.
It's been there for a while. Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was like, oh, that's interesting.
But the track is beautiful. It's
Yeah.
really well done. And there's no like spots of it that just look like a Texas field. Whereas like some of these IndyCar tracks, you're like,
Weird.
It's just a field. Just a field.
Weird. Well, it's not as popular as F1.
Yeah. And then arguably, if you
Will it
watch,
get there? Yeah. Anyway,
well,
keep going.
arguably, if you watch the Red Bull Ring,
Yeah.
it's just a field. But like,
I mean,
it's in Austria.
It's in Austria. As I say,
So
it's green.
It already overcomes that.
Yeah, like Julie Andrews is running around the hills singing while they're racing. Like, this is gorgeous.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that the Trash Panda says that IndyCars constantly end up on top of each other, and that's why they need the aero screen.
Sexy.
That's true. Yeah.
Bow.
So baby IndyCars are made. So kart was insane. The cars had so much power. Kyle Marlin. So that was we talked about this in the past where there was a divorce.
Yeah,
Where there was
they
IndyCar
split.
and there was the kart series, and kart kind of had all the bigger names, and there was just like, anyways, it was that bad period that really hurt the sport. But talking about now, I feel like the things that kind of, as a fan, the things that I'm like longing for and wish that they wouldn't do. NASCAR kind of has this same problem, but I'm going to start with one that's kind of interesting and low hanging fruit. Yeah. I hate that they changed the liveries of the cars.
What do you mean?
So some of the drivers halfway through the season will completely adapt a new paint scheme that their teammate had. And so they've switched sponsors on the teammate's car. And now that guy is driving with a completely different colored car. And so when you see, so like Kyle Kirkwood, this past race was racing in Colton Herta's colors.
Okay, weird.
And Colton Herta was in a different race
And
car.
they're on the same team.
And they're on the same team. They're both Andretti cars.
Okay.
But they switch around the sponsors and the paint schemes. And it is like, dude, I'm not even kidding. As a race fan and somebody who
you
prides
confused?
themselves at being able to identify race cars, this pisses me off beyond anything.
Why?
Like, it just
Why is it getting under your
irritates the
skin?
crap out of me. I'm like, oh, there goes Kirkwood. Why is Kirkwood?
I get what you mean. Yeah. So like if you're recognizing this one driver's car all season and now it's another driver driving it, that is confusing.
Why would it's like his number's the same, but now the car is in the
sometimes you can't see the number as they fly by the screen. It's F1. I know the cars because of the color, right? The livery.
And the T-top helps.
And the T-top,
Yeah.
and then sometimes the helmet.
Right.
Lando Norris is easily recognizable because of his bright neon green helmet.
Right.
It works.
Right.
What? So IndyCar, they don't have the same livery if they're on the same team?
No. And this is part
And
of
sometimes they switch.
Yes. And then it's
That
like your
is weird.
teammate is now driving what is typically your primary sponsor.
Weird.
And
How does
paint
the
scheme.
sponsor feel about that?
I don't know. But it seems to me like it makes zero sense. Now in NASCAR, they're constantly doing different schemes and whatever. But the thing is that in NASCAR, a third of the real estate is the number. So you go like
they're huge. Like you think of Dale Earnhardt's NASCAR, there's that massive number 3 on the side. Yeah, huge.
massive.
And on the top, boom. And it's positioned so as it's going around the oval, you just see it on the screen the whole time.
From a branding perspective, this makes sense.
Yeah. F1 cars are hard to see.
Here's the number 6 from Mario Andretti, and I'm holding it in front of the camera, and there is a number 6 on there, I promise you. But that is the problem.
I will tell you this. 60% of me watching the F1 movie is me trying to find the AlphaTauris to see if there's a number 3 on one of them, to see if it's Daniel Ricciardo in the movie.
But that's part of what,
And I can't because the numbers are so small.
they're so tiny.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with an open wheel race car. So this is why I feel like you can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I think that like McLaren has adopted a policy of being like each McLaren car has orange as a predominant color, but the secondary color of the car is different. So,
For the different motorsport discipline?
for the different team members. So there's 3
Okay.
McLaren cars,
Okay.
and Pato Awards is orange and black.
Okay.
And then, and I'm forgetting their names, but the other one is orange and blue. And then the other one is like an orange and white.
Okay.
And occasionally, or full orange, right? And so that way it makes it so they're super easy to identify, like, oh, that's Pato.
That's a
like,
nice little
oh, that's
scheme to do.
Lundgaard or whoever
Nice
it is.
strategy.
It makes it so at least the brand stays intact.
Yep, and you can identify
And
the
you
driver.
can pivot the side pod or do whatever like McLaren does in F1 without having to change the full scheme.
Okay, yeah.
And again, it just makes it so it's just easier to identify the driver. And I think it benefits the sponsor too. If it's on the driver's car and, oh, that doesn't say Arrow on the side pod this week, it says something different.
Yeah,
I just don't think that this
that's weird.
constant shuffle of color on cars that have such little real estate is such a bad idea.
Okay, cool. Great reason to not watch IndyCar.
No.
Listen,
These
here.
are just areas of improvement. I'm not saying don't watch it because it's a great sport.
We're just
but
getting into it. Yeah.
It's just the areas of improvement. So
Okay. Yeah.
that's a huge brand thing because when you think about it in Formula One's perspective, there's two Ferraris.
Yeah.
They're both red.
Yeah.
Lewis's helmet is yellow.
Yeah.
Easy to identify which one's Charles and which one's Lewis.
Yes.
McLaren, both orange. Lando's helmet is neon yellow.
Yeah.
It's like these little nuances are what makes that
And if
easy.
they have like a fun one-off livery, they both have the livery.
Right.
It's just like, oh, there's still McLaren. I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. At least the two cars that have some way to call them out as what they are.
Yeah.
So that is one of my biggest beefs. The next is that they just, again, similar topic, but it's Honda and Chevrolet. That's all the powertrains
Those are the people
are.
making the stock cars.
Those are the only two engines that you can have.
Okay.
And to me, again, it's like,
Yeah. Why is that a problem?
why is it a problem?
You want more or less?
I want more.
You want more, but then it's not stock, isn't it?
Well, I mean, but like in NASCAR, at any stages when I was a kid, there was quite a few.
Okay.
You had Dodge and Chevy and Ford
Okay.
and Pontiac, and there was a lot of manufacturers, and so here we go. Nolan Siegel, and Christian Lundgaard are the other drivers for McLaren. So, anyways, but they, but yeah, it's just Chevrolet and Honda, and I just think that like
Okay.
if you had a BMW. Or if you introduce just one of these other manufacturers, a Porsche or whatever, to be an engine supplier for the cars, it would just
Why do you saying that automatically makes me feel it validates IndyCar more if you get a German engine manufacturer in the sport? Honda, I feel like, is just everywhere.
they're a motorsport company, and I am totally behind them.
I love Honda.
Right.
But I'm like, if they jump into a motorsport, I'm just like, yeah, it's Honda.
Right.
And that makes sense.
Same with Chevrolet.
Yeah, it's American.
These are the American motorsport companies. Even though Honda's Japanese, it's just this feels like American motorsport with just Honda and Chevrolet.
But if you put a Porsche in or
An
a
Audi
BMW or an
BMW,
Audi,
Mercedes.
I start to feel more IMSA-ish.
Right.
Or WEC or whatever. I'm like, ooh, these Europeans are getting into IndyCar. It's validating for me.
It starts to just give a little bit more of that
Yeah.
motorsport. Here's a competition for who's the best.
Yeah.
Instead of it just being two very dominant players. And again, like, not that there's nothing exciting about Honda and Chevrolet, because I hate to hate on the heritage that these two companies have as
I mean, I would
motorsport
only buy
icons.
Honda, never Chevy, but
Yeah.
that's me.
But the other thing is too is that when you look at road cars,
Yeah.
Honda and Chevrolet are known for like economical.
Yeah.
So we're talking a motorsport that is founded on economical motorsport. As opposed
That
to
brings
like,
down the glitz and the glamour.
It does.
It is economical F1.
yeah.
Budget friendly F1.
Which is
why I'm looking at races.
Yeah, which is why we're going to get tickets.
Yeah.
But it also hurts the validity of like
I mean, I'm poor, so it makes sense.
no,
Yeah.
but it also just hurts like what the drivers like Scott McLaughlin and these guys, these names, Pato O'Ward, they're amazing. Colton Herta, they're great race car drivers.
Yeah.
But they're being limited in their growth of like recognition from the global stage of motorsport because of just the sheer lack of presence from serious motorsport companies, in my opinion.
It's a great opinion. I see where you're coming from for sure.
So branding on the cars could be leveled up. The level or the types of brands that are providing powertrains. These are two huge pain points where I think IndyCar, you could learn two huge things in just those little adjustments. And then third would probably be tracks, just not racing in Portland and finding more street circuits. And then, ovals are a part of IndyCar heritage, so we can't really fully get rid of them. But ovals are kind of a dated idea for an open wheel race car.
You think so?
It's really hard to pass on an oval that isn't Indianapolis.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Because straight off the bat, I was thinking, well, it's like if we asked F1 to race in NASCAR.
Yeah.
It's like we get the blend, the hybrid race that we always kind of dream of. But
Right.
I guess no.
I could
We get it in Indy 500, and that's awesome.
and it's great, but that racetrack is so huge, and the marbles, like the tire fall off, isn't quite like a huge issue. But man, some of these racetracks they go to, and the tires wear off and kick the marbles out into the outside lane. And if you venture out there for a pass, you're hosed.
Really?
Yeah, you just go straight into the wall. There's no grip.
Oh.
And so it's just one of those things where it's like it's not really built for that anymore.
Okay.
And so unless they can enhance the tire and make it so it doesn't degrade that way or something, I don't know another way around it. So maybe just more street circuits, stuff like that.
Okay.
So, and then just like don't have drivers that have names like Willpower and stuff like that. It's just not helping the brand.
That's the thing.
Yeah, Willpower is an Australian driver. It's his real name, and I'm like, I can't stand this name.
There are some weird names in motorsport in general. Some of them are too motorsporty. Yeah, and some of them are just weird.
You're like Willpower?
Yeah, Willpower, Dick Trickle.
Yeah, Dick Trickle is so like,
Is
are you sure that's not a
insane.
stage name? Are we sure?
Insane.
Puffing
Yeah.
cigarettes, driving the Hooters
Yeah.
car. You're just like, how is this not a movie character?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And then there's weird ones in Formula One, and it's just like Sean Leclerc is crazy. Yeah, there's some nuts names in there. Flavio Briatore.
I love.
It's nuts.
You gotta love Flav.
Yeah, Lando Norris is a crazy name.
It is.
And it fits the vibe.
Yeah, he did the Kessel run in 12 parsecs. Well, at least his ship did.
And Oscar beat him. Oscar did it in 10.
Oscar set purple sectors through the parsecs.
Purple parsecs. That's Oscar's vibe.
Purple parsecs. Oh gosh, we've broken the internet with that one. That's very funny.
Okay.
So
those are all your gripes with IndyCar.
yeah, those are the areas of improvement.
Okay.
But ultimately, it is very fun. And I do think that, like, the teams, you could do something that does echo F1 in the sense of making them easier to identify. And they do things like the Andretti teams are, like, in the 20s. Like, the numbers of cars are 20s. And Ganassi is, like, you know...
Chip Ganassi.
Yeah, Chip Ganassi's race team.
That's another good name.
Has like 10 and 9 and a couple of like those numbers that are close to each other. And then Penske's are like the lower numbers, like 3 and 6. So those are kind of like the things that help identify what the teams are is like through the numeral conventions.
Yeah.
But again, the numbers are too small.
Yeah.
It's too hard to identify what team is which by a number.
For real, yeah.
It works in NASCAR. It doesn't work in IndyCar.
That makes sense.
So,
that makes sense. Because when I do watch NASCAR and I'm looking out for my favorite drivers, and if I'm watching it with you or whatever, I'm like who's Bubba Wallace? And you're like, he's at this livery.
Right.
Like he's been McDonald's?
yeah, he's got and again, it's his number is 23.
Yeah.
He has a number of sponsors
Michael
that
Jordan's
he cycles
number,
through.
yeah.
Yeah. And McDonald's is one of them. This week he had a pink McDonald's car.
Okay. But that's confusing if you're like, oh, actually, he's not in the McDonald's car. He was last week.
Right.
This week is another driver.
But at Indianapolis, he
Yeah.
had a casino sponsor.
Okay.
That I don't know the name of.
Here's another question I have for IndyCar, one that
Yes.
might help me get into it. I do know that the Indy 500 is like the crowning race of IndyCar, right? And I've been to the Indianapolis track. It's awesome.
It's huge.
It's huge.
Yeah.
But I don't, and maybe just because I just don't know the sport, but I feel like with F1, I knew Monaco and I knew like Monza. Like I knew there were some big races that even like people who aren't really into the motorsport might know of these races, you know?
Right.
But like IndyCar, I know Indy 500 and that's it. Like what are the other big prestigious tracks that people are like hoping they'll win? NASCAR, I'm like, ooh, Talladega because I know Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
And there's Daytona and there's like big speedways.
Right.
I don't know IndyCar.
IndyCar is definitely like less of the Triple Crown type of.
Well, Indy 500 is part of the Triple Crown.
Part of the Triple Crown of motorsport.
Yeah.
But I would say in IndyCar, they don't really like put a track on a pedestal other than the Indy 500.
Really? Because F1 we have like Spa, we have En Rouge, that beautiful corner and stuff.
Right. Like Road America, I think is fun that IndyCar races there. Watkins Glen IndyCar has returned to Watkins Glen, which is a great race. One of my favorite tracks in the world. And then they race at Long Beach, and
Okay.
oh wait, did I say Watkins Glen? I meant Laguna Seca.
Okay.
So
I've
they,
heard of those.
but I don't know if they race at the Glen anymore. Someone can correct me on that. I think they do.
Okay.
But Watkins Glen is again upstate New York, and F1 race there as well. But they have some heritage tracks, but for the most part, the bulk of what means the most to the racers is always going to be Indianapolis.
Okay.
And it's where like NASCAR's base is typically Charlotte, North Carolina. There are teams that are not in Charlotte, but for the most part, all of them are. Indianapolis is the home of IndyCar. So like the race teams are based in Indy for it's like England for Silverstone and all that jazz.
Makes sense.
It's kind of an epicenter.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that also contributes to their obvious deal there, but it's also the heritage track.
Okay.
From the Art of Bricks, which was all bricks at one stage, which is crazy they raced it that way.
Wild.
To the, strip of bricks now and full asphalt racetrack.
So we've talked a bit about like maybe problems that IndyCar has.
Right.
What is the selling point of Indy? So sell me now on IndyCar.
So part of what I think is so good about IndyCar is right now it's pretty predictable because Alex Palou is just trashing everyone. But with that said, the sport doesn't have it doesn't always have a predictable result. The following too close and burning up your tires stuff in F1 isn't as much of a factor. They can race each other pretty hard, and there is a lot of contact. They hit side pods. The cars are way more robust and less fragile. So think open wheel F1 cars, but a little more NASCAR because they can bump and run.
Oh, okay.
So they do still get hurt whether you do that, but it's not as hurt.
Okay. And most years the championship is tighter.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
It's not as, this year is,
There's a runaway guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay.
But, IndyCar has, it's got a lot of variety, but also some drivers are just so good in the streets. Like Alex Palou has been great this year on every racetrack, but when it's come to the street circuits, he's gotten beat. And it's just because some of the guys are just better at dealing with the bumps. And where the race cars are pretty even, that leaves a lot of room for like, well, who's going to be better this week?
Yeah.
And that's just a cool factor. It's one of those X factors.
Right now, it's very easy to predict. Oh, it's Oscar Orlando that's going to take this race.
Right.
And we know that for the rest of the year.
Unless it rains,
Yeah.
we're
We
going to
pretty
get
much
a
have our
McLaren
prediction
one
already.
too. Right.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. How many races exist a year in IndyCar?
That's another thing that I think they can improve. Not enough.
Not enough. Okay.
Yeah. I would say that they're probably around 14 to 16 races a year total.
That seems so few compared to F1.
Yeah. I would have to Google it. So guys in the chat, if you guys want to help me
I've been
out
looking
there,
at
but-
MotoGP races, being like, oh, what are these? And there's very few MotoGP races a year.
Yeah.
And that sounds like that.
But it's one of those things with MotoGP where I'm like, I hate to be this guy because the infrastructure that moves with Formula One to create 24 races on a calendar is insane.
It is bonkers.
And when you think about how little infrastructure has to move for a bike,
yeah.
for like two motorcycles,
You could, like a big suitcase.
yeah. It seems
Yeah,
a little
a
like you
very
guys could race
doable.
more often.
Yeah. What's the problem?
What's
The tonnage on your cargo is very low.
it's very
It's
low.
cheap. Yeah. And the drivers are really light.
Yeah.
You can ship them really light.
They are jockeys.
Yeah. They're
So-
very, jockeys.
It's I would imagine at least that the teams don't have quite the number of members because you don't have a rear jack man and a front jack man. And
True.
it's just
So,
not.
yeah, there's a lot to gripe about. Give
Yeah.
us more races.
Seems like MotoGP could definitely contribute more. You guys aren't lifting, as much as the rest of these guys. You could do more.
MotoGP, more races. IndyCar, more races.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because you're just staying stateside.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
NASCAR races every week. Almost every week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They have a ton. I know they do some races twice a year.
Yeah.
I learned that. Daytona,
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
Yep. Or they used to do California twice a year. Arizona, they do twice a year. Yeah, and like some of those Florida tracks are easy to do twice. So anything that's a little bit, below the rust belt
Dang.
in the U.S., as they say.
Is there Arizona race
Phoenix race
this year that we haven't missed?
Yeah. I don't know if the championship's in Miami this year or if it's in Arizona. Might be the last year of Arizona.
We should grab Kevin and go see it.
Yeah,
It'd be fun.
It would be super fun.
Okay, so more races with IndyCar.
Yeah.
Okay, what else is good about IndyCar?
So they've adapted the hybrid unit, but so we talked about this with the new regulations that's coming out in F1,
Okay,
that they're going to have a push to pass, but they don't call it that.
F1's doing the push to pass.
Yes, but it's not called that. It's called MOMS or something like that.
They're
Do you
getting rid of
remember?
DRS. We've talked about this.
So DRS is
I totally forgot about this.
Yeah, DRS.
It's going away?
DRS is going to have, it's not called that anymore, but now the flaps move in the front and the back. They lean
Okay.
out and they call it X and Y position or Y and Z or something position.
Okay, so there is a DRS-ish thing still.
Yes.
Okay, because
And-
that's like the first thing you learn when you start watching F1.
Right.
Yeah, and that's like the first thing they teach you in the F1 movie.
Totally.
Okay, so DRS.
DRS is still around. And now there's a new thing that's called like MOMS. I believe.
MOMS?
I think that's what it was called,
Okay.
but and I can't remember what the acronym stood for, but it's push to pass. And in IndyCar, they've had this for a while.
Yeah.
And KERS, Formula One had it in the form of KERS a ways back when they first went to hybrid units. But push to pass is fun because you get a certain amount that you can use in seconds per race.
Like 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's like 150 seconds per race that you can use at push
lot
to
of
pass.
seconds.
Well, but the thing is that as you use it to pass people, and then you get towards the lead, and if you've run out and the guy in the lead has 150
tons.
seconds left, you're hosed.
Yeah.
You're getting nowhere. And so
Okay.
that makes for like an interesting dynamic strategically.
Why did I not know this about F1 coming up?
Yeah.
That's wild.
So a fun little additive that's coming to F1
Yeah.
and has been great for IndyCar for years. IndyCar also keeps it really simple on the tire compound chat, which
What do
I
you
think
mean?
is kind of cool
Yeah.
because in a lot of race weekends, we know that there's only going to be 2 out of the 3 compounds that'll get used. And in IndyCar, they only bring 2.
Oh.
So it's just the primary and an alternate. And that's all
Like
they
a
do.
hard and a soft?
That's it.
Really?
Every week, it's just a primary and an alternate.
F1 does have a ton.
They have 3, and then obviously
intermediates
the wet tires. Yeah,
and wets.
IndyCar has a wet tire as well, but
Okay.
but there isn't like a medium, hard, soft, which
Interesting. And do they have to change?
they do. So they have to run both compounds,
Okay.
and they have their little rules about how that works as well.
Okay.
But I kind of think it's funny that I'm like watching IndyCar and going, yeah, why the crap do we have 3 in F1? It doesn't make a ton of sense across the
just
race
to
weekend.
confuse Ferrari more.
Yeah, we're going to Harsh. No one's on that tire. No one's running all week. Why would we do
The
that?
FAA is like, we better not introduce a 4th compound. Ferrari will lose their mind.
We believe that we are going to the Autorosoft. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Believe me. So anyway, so that's another factor that's cool. But again, I just think the last thing is just when they do the onboards with IndyCar drivers, you can just tell how much they are working. And they have started to add a little bit more like steering wheel adjustments, but they also have a thing called a weight jacker where they're adjusting how much spring compression is in the rear of the car.
What the heck?
They can adjust the spring rate
That's
with a
going
little
over my
bar.
head.
to be able to make it so the car nosedives a little more or less
Wow.
for braking.
Wow.
And they'll do that during laps at Indianapolis.
Well, they're also manhandling a steering wheel because there's
And
no power
making
steering.
adjustments for hybrid settings and all
Really?
sorts of stuff.
That's nuts.
It's pretty involved. And the fact
Okay.
that they don't have power steering, like wizards.
Yeah.
And you see, some of these guys like Roman and Marcus Ericsson and, former F1 drivers come to IndyCar and not only just like love it, but then also be able to speak to just how underrated this is because they're
Really?
like, it's kicking my butt.
Wow.
Like there's a lot.
Well, yeah, I thought F1 would be hard the way they describe it, especially like, of course, the neck exercises they do is wild.
Right.
But then like having a strong core because your body's being thrown around at like 5 Gs or whatever it is constantly the whole race.
Right.
But then to also be doing an upper body workout with the steering wheel the whole time.
Right.
Is crazy.
And I think that that's kind of like what I would pinpoint as maybe your major differences.
Okay.
An F1 car is the pinnacle of motorsport because it is the absolute highest echelon of grip and performance.
Grip, performance, technology.
Right.
Yeah.
When you get into an IndyCar, it is an open wheel race car that is so physical to drive, and you have to make it go fast.
Wow. Okay.
So that's where I
That's
feel like
interesting.
the
It's a
differences
decent argument.
are. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, that's kind of the IndyCar advantages in my mind. I do think the drivers are super underrated by comparison. And a lot of guys who are F2 greats
Yeah.
that don't make it into F1 because of political reasons, because of money, whatever, they end up in IndyCar. So you get to see some of these guys who were denied seats end up out here like Callum Ilott and Robert Schwartzman and some of these names that were, Ferrari academies or, those, farm system teams that never really got anywhere.
Interesting. Well, what is the next IndyCar race coming up?
That's a great question. I wish I had the answer to. But they just raced in Portland.
Okay, cool.
So you can go back and watch highlights.
Cool.
For racing.
How
at
does the
campground.
championship work in IndyCar?
Oh, similar, and they do have a podium, but I would say that their point system isn't like NASCAR's. It's not as complex.
NASCAR has like the finals and the stuff.
Yeah,
the
and
playoffs.
but NASCAR's also like you get a point for every lap that you've finished, and like
IndyCar is just like
it's
F1.
a lot simpler. It's
Okay.
not quite F1 simple, but it's simpler than
Okay.
NASCAR's.
Okay.
Yeah. And we got some Indy and Utah petitions going on, which would be very cool. Utah Motorsport Campus could host an IndyCar race.
I would love that. That is a short distance to travel for
Yeah.
a good race.
Totally.
Every time I think about going to a race, I'm like, okay, plane tickets, where are we going?
Yeah.
It is a big deal.
Yeah, UMC is a great racetrack too.
IndyCar could handle it. Don't people worry about the altitude when it's like motorsport?
Yeah, but Mexico City's worse, I think, than Salt Lake.
Oh, well then heck yeah.
Yeah.
Bring them to Utah.
Yeah, they can come up here.
Yeah.
Hey,
Who asked for the
racetrack.
petition? Is it the Utah Racing Club?
We got Trash Panda and Ryan Hong saying
There
they're
you go.
IndyCar in Utah. So I'm
Utah Racing Club will get on that.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Let's call Roger Penske.
Oh yeah.
He owns IndyCar.
And Larry H. Miller.
Yeah, good luck with that one. That's a joke for our Utah fans.
Cool. And also Sylvester Stallone made a movie about IndyCar.
He did.
Yeah.
Because F1 told him no. It's just like the drivers.
Yeah.
It's just like the drivers.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but IndyCar could just use some love in the sense of, I don't know, identifying what's working in F1 and finding ways to make it work for them.
Would you say like Penske, is Penske a team?
It is.
Are they like the Ferrari of IndyCar?
Kind of.
Yeah.
They're having a rough year because they had to let go of some people after cheating.
So it's more like a Red Bull?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
who's like the heritage team of IndyCar that everyone's like, oh, you root for this team?
Oh, I mean,
Does that exist in IndyCar?
that's a great question. I would say that like Foyt,
Foyt.
yeah, the Foyts are
How many teams are in IndyCar?
quite a few.
More than F1? More than
There's
10?
like Dale Coyne Racing, Ray Hall, Letterman, Lenigan, whatever. That one has a lot.
Sound like a lot of privately owned teams.
But David Letterman owns part of Ray Hall Letterman.
Okay.
He loves IndyCar, always has been his favorite form of
He's from
motorsport.
Indiana.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that makes sense. Yeah.
And then Ed Carpenter had a race team, but I don't know if he does anymore. He's still racing though. McLaren. What's that Italian team? Prema from F2 has an IndyCar team. And Andretti. And did I say Chip Ganassi?
Nope.
So those are kind of the ones that are top of my head.
If those are top of your head, that's a decent amount.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How many cars are on the grid?
That's another great question. Somewhere in the 30s.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, wild.
So more than F1,
Yeah, way
less than NASCAR.
more. Way less than NASCAR.
Yeah,
How many
NASCAR's
NASCAR's
like 600
88,
people show up and only 40 make the field.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, I think that's the run of the teams, but I could be wrong. So if I miss one, sorry.
Okay, cool. Well, chat, did anyone say where the next IndyCar race is?
No one had that information at their disposal. Surprise!
I think we should make it a goal to go to an IndyCar race. Last year we went to, or 2 years ago, went to Daytona.
Right.
And that was super fun.
Yeah.
And I think that IndyCar races are still pretty cheap.
Yeah.
For like full access to everything.
Totally.
And it would be worth the investment.
Oh, here's another thing. They still refuel in IndyCar.
Oh, really?
Which is another interesting, just little like opportunity for mass catastrophe.
Oh, yeah.
But
is it like a hose or is it one of those big giant bottles?
no, it's a hose. It's not the NASCAR bottle.
Okay. The gerbil feeder.
Yeah, it's the hose that connects on, and then when they drive away, they spray it with a little water hose. It's like to make sure that like no fire starts. And it's like a safety procedure that I'm sure does something, but it makes me laugh every time they drive away. It's just like someone with a little water gun, like. It's like, that's their job.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You're safe.
That guy's full-time job is water hose the car as it drives away.
Yes, that'd be a great job. I'd do that. If I could get in the pits to do that, that'd be great.
Yeah. You're qualified for that for sure.
Oh, yeah. I can spray things.
Kevin's qualified for that. Is he
still here?
I don't know. I haven't seen him comment in a while.
I mean,
he probably rewound.
I feel bad. I feel bad because there's really no worse thing you could do to someone than to say they like Rings of Power. Like that is and Kevin loves Lord of the Rings. Kevin has good taste.
He does have good taste.
But we
elbow
him and we tease him. But it's a low blow to be like, he likes Rings of Power.
He likes Rings of Power.
Let's clear the air.
He's
he doesn't.
never said that he
doesn't.
likes Rings of Power.
He likes good movies. He has taste. If anyone on the chat likes Rings of Power, sorry.
This is such
demerits automatically.
This is such an honest revelation of friends getting caught talking bad about their friend behind their back.
If this is the worst that it gets, it's fine.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Behind my back, you're like, Max probably likes Boba Fett, the book of Boba Fett. I would lose my mind.
That TV show is terrible. Yeah, that would actually make me super upset. You said I liked what?
We were telling the whole world. We were telling the dozen of people that watched this.
Dozens of fans. So, but we appreciate everyone who is here this week, who's participated, who's been part of the chat.
Yeah.
Because, again, we're in this summer break. Mm-hmm. It's a tough time to come up with topics, guys.
But we do know that George Russell likes Rings of Power.
And Aeroscreens.
And Aeroscreens.
Big fan. Big fan. Really on brand for him.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is dope.
Well, we'll have to, as the summer break rolls on, watch some IndyCar highlights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Some MotoGP highlights. And go back and watch Watkins Glen and NASCAR this weekend. And they're fun to watch on the road courses. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And get a load of SVG, the New Zealander, and see him.
Is he doing good?
He's real dominant on those road courses. So it's fun to watch him do it.
NASCAR?
Yeah. He's the one that won his debut race in Chicago.
That's right.
And so, but the highlights from this weekend were epic in both the lower tier series and the main Cup series.
Okay, cool.
But Connor Zilic, his Red Bull, he was Red Bull Junior. He raced in Europe through the lower formulas and is now in the NASCAR Junior League.
Okay.
The Xfinity series, or I can't remember if that's what it's still called.
Yeah.
And he fell getting out of his car while celebrating in like the victory lane or whatever.
Okay.
He slipped on his window net and went down. It knocked him out and broke his collarbone.
Oh, no.
And he was scheduled to race in the Cup Series the next day.
Celebration ever.
Yeah, and he had to miss it because he was just...
Oh, that sucks.
And now he has to miss like a few weeks of racing.
Dang.
Sucks
Too bad
so
he didn't
bad.
pass the getting out of your car Cup Series. Where was that Red Bull training program?
Yeah, Ryan said it was brutal looking. It was rough. It's
so sad.
I went and watched it back
so
and was
sad.
like, man, like he got hammered.
Yeah.
So anyways,
Yeah.
hopefully he heals up quick.
Yeah, hopefully. That's a sad way to go.
Yeah, it's no bigger bummer of like I have to miss a couple of race weekends.
Honestly, if Lance Stroll ever gets a podium again, he might get something like that. Yeah, he'll trip on the halo.
Lando will bounce the bottle on the podium and Lando would just eat it. Or sorry, Lance will just eat it.
Yeah.
Carlos is wondering if there's any more books by Anita Driver. We already covered that.
We already covered that. This is number 1 of 69.
And Max is still waiting on book
and we're
3.
gonna order 2 and 3, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I at least should look up the next few books in the series.
It ended on something about a victory lap, and there was definitely like a dirty pun intended with
Okay,
that.
well, guess how old Anita Driver is.
17.
Why did that
I don't know.
get bad and then get worse? Anita Driver is a Formula One enthusiast who has attended every Monaco Grand Prix since 1972.
Oh, this makes way more sense now.
How old is this person
She's
that
a
is
dirty old
fan-
lady.
Exactly.
She's a total dirty old lady.
She's way, way too into Daniel Ricciardo. This is weird. I was picturing someone like me. I was picturing like, why didn't I write this book?
Right.
Okay, I'm looking up Anita Driver.
We're
Driver
stalking
books.
now.
Yeah. Oh, heck yes.
Do you have an image?
Oh, I don't know if she's writing these in order, but number 69 of 69 in the Thick Rick series is called Space Race to Planet Love. Thick Rick goes full throttle on Uranus. You guys, at some point, overtake my heart. Between book 1 and book 69, they go intergalactic right to Uranus. I am excited to see how this series goes from just a chance encounter at a hotel somewhere in Europe to solar systems to planetary travel and to space love.
Said I'm bowing out.
This is going to be great. Thanks for watching this far. Come back next week where we will go over more Anita Driver books. Guys, there's a Charles Leclerc series. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway, thanks for joining us today. Like, subscribe, tell us all about all your friends, and we'll see you next time. Watch IndyCar. It'll be fun. I'll watch IndyCar.